Aocchi, what you do is you play back every single line to get like more of a Japanese context in mind for when you're writing. And I don't do that. I look at the line and I'm like, how would I write this? And then I write it.
Right, because you don't know Japanese, fucking hack. It's sex education.
It is
sex
Nothing
education with
not
a
good
a
sex
child.
See,
education.
this is back when people thought of the children. They showed people Melmo.
They were definitely thinking about the children.
They
Hello,
might not have been
welcome to
thinking
the
about the
Weeb
right
Crew.
things, but they sure thought of the children.
Hello, and welcome to the Weeb Crew, the only anime podcast that thinks about the children.
Someone please think of the children. We are that someone.
I'm your host, Psionic, and I'm implicating Mumi in this, as well as our guests today, Hayden and Aocchi of is it just called Hayden Fansubs?
Yeah. I was thinking about, like, early on, like, should it be something else? Like, I don't know. I feel kind of weird if it's just my name, but I can't think of anything else. And then I think it was you, Aocchi, actually, who, what was the fucking parallel that you brought up? Like, you know, it's kind of like Tim Hortons. Like, Tim Hortons is not alive, but, you know, Tim Hortons is still called that.
Yeah.
And of course you said that because you were
Tim
Canadian.
Horton is long dead.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was thinking like, oh, you're like the Dave Matthews Band of fansub groups. Thank you both for coming on to talk to us actually about fansubbing this time and not bitching about Twitter drama.
Don't even bring up Twitter.
We'll get into that.
Twitter.
Yeah, we'll
Twitter.
get a timer on screen. How long will it take?
It's fun to fuck with people on Twitter every now and then.
It's fun to not fuck with people. Would you just like have a tweet pop off that's like, look at this good anime? You're like, I didn't even shit on someone today. I didn't even have to pull out my AK.
The
day
day
was
was
a good
violence
day.
today. It was rewarded. Let me pull up the notes. Hold on. I don't have them pulled up on my computer.
I got him pulled up.
While I'm doing that, Hayden and Aocchi, do you two want to give a little bit of a introduction to yourselves, who you are, and what you do?
Well, I think people already know me.
No one knows who you are.
True. No, say it anyway.
Well,
say it.
Say it in the context of the fan subbing thing. We'll just act like you've done nothing else with your life and you're just here for
Yeah,
fan subbing.
I've never been on the Weeb Crew before.
Yeah.
So, like, I was originally meant to be the third wheel of the show.
Yeah, no. Ignore all that.
No. Yeah.
This is fan subbing.
Well,
Yeah, so
I run a YouTube channel, Hayden the Historian, where I make anime YouTube videos. Very cringe,
subtitled?
I know. No,
Oh,
they're not subtitled.
you ruined everything.
Yeah. You need to subtitle your life, all right? Subtitle every aspect. I have fucking subtitles up right now on me
Well,
speaking.
look,
Well,
it's not.
subtitles
My name isn't
conversation.
subtitled anime, okay? That's another guy. He already took it. I can't be subtitled anime.
Oh, did you already try? You should just did you already try to go for the subtitle, like the fan subgroup subtitled anime? Yeah, I would fucking hope it is.
Is there a plain
Just put in like
subs?
the most horrible shit in the subtitles possible, and then just blame it on.
I'm Aocchi. I don't know why I'm here. I don't really do internet stuff besides this fan subbing stuff. But I'm a localizer on the Hayden fan sub release of Himitsu no Akko-chan. I also have a Twitter at Aocchi, AOCHHII. That's about it.
the actual guy.
Are all the names
Yeah,
that are like
those are the
puns on sandwiches taken already?
What it should be is just like the anime is just subbed in Japanese, and then at the top it's a translation note of what is actually being said in English.
You see, that's what we should do if we were good. But instead of being good, let's see how to introduce this. Oh yeah, I was talking about having a YouTube channel. Overworked Salaryman also has a YouTube channel, and he is our translator. And so basically what we do is I edit videos for Salaryman, and I have a lot of fun doing it. And then in return, he translates Akko for us and some other projects that will happen in the future. And I've talked to him like once about Akko. I don't really know too much what he thinks about the show, which is a little bit
I fucking
awkward.
hate it, and I resent you for getting me roped into this, but I can't stop now out of obligation.
Exactly.
Should I just message him?
Should
I just DM him and be like, "What is your thoughts on Akko-chan?"
Yeah, see if he gets back to us by the end of the episode.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think he thinks it's okay. Like it's gotten better, which I agree with. I don't think it starts out amazing, but it gets a little bit better as it goes on.
Okay.
Well, it starts okay, but some of the earlier episodes are a bit rough.
Yeah, you got to watch the first 50 episodes before it gets good.
Exactly. It gets good about the same time One Piece does.
Yeah, it gets good about episode 90.
Yeah.
Like 95 episodes.
Yeah, you have 4 good episodes.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, because of my background in editing, I do editing for Salaryman. And I think also because of my background in editing, since I'm the project manager, that gives me like more of an edge to like uphold the entire project. Because I'm very like hands-on with the subtitles. I'm basically involved in every single step of the process minus encoding. I don't know anything about that. You'll have to blame B down if the future encodings are bad. But right now we just use DVD remixes, which are like really big file sizes. Like we're all still learning.
I did see someone complaining about that.
Yeah, in the Nya comments. We're all still new to this. We started at the beginning of the year. I talked to Salaryman about doing it at the end of last year, I want to say. But we've been making pretty good progress. We're currently 26 episodes deep into Akko out of 94, I believe.
How long did that take? Like it hasn't been that long, it feels like.
Like 3 months?
I mean, really what happened is we were sitting on a bunch of episodes because Salaryman, the thing right now is like I take on anything that he has. And then usually like my turnaround is pretty quick, about like a couple days. I'm editing a video for him right now, actually. So I help him with that. And then on his end, he tries to do at least 2 episodes a week. Not at least 2 episodes, 2 episodes a week. I don't want to put too much on him, obviously.
Sure.
But yeah, so we were just sitting on a bunch of episodes and really... like most of our efforts, like we pulled through the past like 2 months, I want to say, and basically did everything from episode like 8 onwards. Because we were pretty slow before then. But then we basically the team is Izzy does like the base timing first and foremost after we received the scripts from Salaryman.
Based?
And then either me or Aocchi then goes and localizes the episode, basically taking all of the text and trying to make it more professionally written.
Oh, fuck, we got vocalizers on?
We got vocalizers. Sometimes we take liberties, which you just gotta do. I'm sure Aocchi can explain more of that later. But,
we can probably go over some like even like specific examples, maybe.
Yeah, but we'll get to that when we get to that. And so there's the localization process, which is currently me and Aocchi. I used to do like all of it. For the first batch, the first 25 episodes, I believe you did. Did you do 3 or 4 episodes, Aocchi?
I think I did 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
right.
I did.
And then I did quality check on a couple episodes too.
Yeah, you did the initial quality check, and now Ioba does that, which is the step after localization, is making sure that we didn't misspell anything. Funnily enough, something that I noticed with Ioba's notes is that pretty much consistently for every single episodes, there is a fuck up in like the first line. Consistently.
How? I feel like it'd be the first one you'd like notice.
Apparently not. Apparently within like the first 10 seconds, there's always something wrong. But he's really great. He's been really consistent and fast with his scheduling. Really, we've all been really just consistent and quick. I think we all have just gotten more experience, because in the beginning we were all just very new to it, and it shows. If you watch those initial first 6 episodes, they're, you know, they leave something to be desired. But I think for the stage we were at, they were still pretty good, I want to say. But then obviously after the QC stage, quality control, then the episode is good to go. Well, I still do checks to make sure all of the timing is correct, to make sure that I am happy with all of the like writing and everything like that. Sometimes I will even change something after our QC notes, just because like, oh, that doesn't quite sound right, or like sometimes I'll just catch something that maybe Ioba didn't get.
Yeah.
So it's never quite done when you think it's done. There's always something more to it.
So in terms of like the general like process, then, as I understand it, for you subtitling an episode is, what does it start with beatdown, basically like sending like any like the files to Salaryman, or does Salaryman just already have all the files?
Well, Salaryman watches the episodes on Amazon Prime, I believe it is.
Okay.
Yeah, they're on Prime.
Yeah, so he watches it on Prime, subtitles, writes the initial translation.
Listen,
and then I actually
Salaryman is in Japan. He watches everything above board.
He is in Japan. He's not Japanese. He's actually from Singapore. But he's lived in Japan for like over 10 years now, I believe he told me.
Right.
And he's very like robust with the Japanese language. He likes Monogatari. Read that in Japanese.
Oh, so he understands the puns in Monogatari.
No, yeah, I think we can even consider him like kind of a foreigner otaku in a sense, where like he is very enthusiastic about the Japanese language and everything like that. He's pretty proficient at it. Obviously, none of us are complete experts, but I think out of all of us, I think Salaryman is probably the best at his job. And he also like works in the video game industry, so he has to talk Japanese to people literally every single day. So no like needing to doubt his translations. If you have anything against what we write, it's probably me or Aocchi who fucked up.
Well, actually, it's probably Hayden. Probably not me.
It's probably just me.
Don't blame me.
It's probably just me. Because
So Salaryman like sends the rough translation based on what he's watching on Amazon, and then you two basically handle like taking that rough translation and polishing it. What does that entail? What
I was gonna say is, Aocchi, what you do is you play back every single line to get like more of a Japanese context in mind for when you're writing. And I don't do that. I look at the line and I'm like, how would I write this? And then I write it.
Right, because you don't know Japanese, fucking hack.
Yeah, I don't know Japanese or shit, and I don't give a fuck
how
about
are you going to be an anime translator and you don't know Japanese?
Oh, I'm not a translator.
Exposed. No one's going to take us seriously now. Shouldn't have said that.
Weeb Crew with
the thing about
journalism.
The thing about with the fansubbers, and I guess I can just bring this up right now, is that no one does everything. No single person does everything.
Right.
So no translator times the episode and does QC and every single other step. They don't encode the episode. They have a team, which is why it's called fansub groups. There are people probably who just do everything by themselves, which I don't think would result in a very good product unless they just spend a ton of time looking over everything.
We have our friend Sianlark in the server. She subbed fucking Chinese movie that was really good.
Yeah, but that's a Chinese movie. It's not Japanese.
It's a Chinese. Yeah, Chinese is a much simpler language than Japanese. All right.
Exactly. Everyone knows Chinese.
Exactly. Yeah. So what do you? So like Salaryman sends like just like a general like the gist of what's being said? Is it like
it's a pretty rough translation.
It's very literal. It's kind of like what you would get from like an AI translation, but without any of the like mistranslations and inaccuracies that you would get from AI.
Yeah.
But just like grammatically, it's very static, very straightforward.
Yeah, kind of like mechanical. I've seen stuff like that where it's like, it sounds like a Terminator is talking right now. That's not.
Yeah, kind of, which is deliberate. I tell him that speed, like prioritize speed over like everything else, basically. Obviously make sure that nothing is like outrageously wrong. I don't know like how he would do that necessarily.
I don't know how,
But yeah, basically prioritize what is being said first, and then maybe for some lines have like a note or try to write it a little bit more, eloquently. But otherwise, like that's my job to write it in a way to be more, to make it read better in English.
Basically, make it sound like something a real person would say.
Make it sound like a real human being, and not like
write
old
it in a way that
fansubs.
the writer intended for the line to come off.
Mm-hmm. Well, I feel like that's something that does, like, a lot of people don't necessarily understand about like the translation process, is that just because you are bilingual, just because you could speak both languages, does not necessarily make you a capable translator between those two languages, because you also need to understand how to actually like write and prose in some capacity.
Well, yeah, because a good translator is also a good writer.
Yeah. So then after you two then basically do like the localization of it and make it like sound like actual people speaking, what happens next?
That is the quality control stage. We call it QC, or TLC, I believe, as some people call it. And we have Ioba for that, who he's like, I don't know if I could say intermediate Japanese. He's pretty decent at Japanese for what it's worth, but he knows enough Japanese to, catch like, the meaning here is a little bit, it's not quite right. Usually me being a little bit more liberate in how I write, which sometimes I can get away with it and it's good. And sometimes it's like, no, this is just like misrepresenting it completely. And I'm like, okay, I'll take the L on that. It's very important to like be able to take criticisms and notes and everything like that if you're doing fansubbing. Just like as a thing in general, and this goes for like anything in life, but if you're going to start a fansubbing group, you absolutely have to be open to criticism. Which,
oh boy, if there's any group of people on Earth that love to give criticism in the most, we'll say,
condescending.
I would say enthusiastic way possible. It's fansubbers.
Enthusiastic. I mean, in a way, yes. It's often.
I'm trying to be nice. Unlike them. Okay.
I'm not gonna mince words. Like, talking to fansubbers can be absolutely fucking insufferable. Especially, I guess more so when you are new. I think now that we've put some stuff out, I think people are a little bit more nice to me, a little bit more helpful. But when you're just starting out, then, people might not be so nice until you build up your repertoire. But
what was the thing we were talking about like last time? I think it was like you were talking to someone about like the timing of the subtitles, and they're like, "Yeah, this timing fucking sucks. You should honestly just fire whoever was doing it."
Oh yeah. I think the person who said that meant so. I mean, obviously they want what's best for the subtitles, and I agree. But I'm like, it's Salaryman's first time doing it. Like, I get what you mean. You don't have to word it like that. Like, if we knew each other better, maybe. But, I get where he's coming from, though. He's absolutely not wrong. Like, if you're going to work with doing subtitles, what you make, it's not as bad now. But, like, especially back in, like the VHS days of fan subbing and tape trading and stuff like that.
Go
the
check out our
subtitles
William Chow episode for that.
Nice show. But
gotta plug the Chow episode. Okay,
exactly. William Chow mentioned in the episode. Finally,
William Chow mentioned in the episode. There's your bingo.
Yeah,
how long has it been since we mentioned him? By the way, it's been a while.
It's been a hot minute. Yeah,
people's bingos have been getting dusty.
Honestly, yeah. Used to be like every episode.
But now you can cross it off. What I was going to say, though, is unlike back in the tape trading days, you couldn't immediately just like rewrite lines because they were burned into the video itself. Nowadays, with soft subs, which is subtitles that you can turn on and off, which are not like built into the video as in burnt in, but built in as in it's a separate subtitle track. You can edit those in Agisub, and that means you can also edit Crunchyroll subtitles in Agisub if there's one line that you don't like. It would be very helpful for the people who complain about it, but you know how people are.
It really would be, but I don't think they know how. So we're going to teach them how.
So what you do is you go into Agisub, and then I believe you click Open Video Subtitles, and then you just have the entire like subtrack on Agisub. Yeah. And then you can just rewrite whatever you want, and then you just save it.
You can just edit it yourself. You can edit out that piece of American slang that annoys you to be whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Recently there was like a big thing where people were like talking about how they translated in food court.
Was there? I didn't see anything about that.
They translated her talking about that girl's brother, and she said that he was a stinker, or he looked like a stinker, and then people were like, that's kind of racist or something.
Okay, I understand. Yeah. Because he's like brown, so he's like, he looks like a fucking.
Why would you?
He looks like he's.
I think the main kind of criticism is like this should be more translated as like he looks like a brat.
Yeah.
But like they just localize it in a way to make it like soften it up or something. And like he looks like a stinker.
It sounds like they're marking on him being like a smelly foreigner.
And this is also to say that translation can sometimes be subjective, just like how encoding can be subjective. I just talked about encoding to Funebure the other day, and he has strong opinions on encoding. He does not like denoising, for example, if it is a film that is scanned from like 35 millimeter film or something like that. Like the film grain is part of the experience. His thoughts on that.
So what's his thoughts on the Wizard of Oz AI upscale remaster?
Oh Jesus!
I'm sure he loves it just as much as he loves those. You see on those fucking Nukitashi uploads where they're like 140 frames.
Yeah, we watched it. Fucking so. When I was looking at it, that was like one of the only releases, because I don't generally trust TunesHub, because like I've had like weird releases from them, so I usually try to avoid TunesHub if I can. And I usually look for like an actual fansub thing. And at the time, I don't think that they had been red listed on Nia or whatever, so I didn't really like think it. I'm like, it's a fansub group. It says uncensored. I didn't read the fucking 124 frames per second part, so I just downloaded it. I'm like. We're sitting there watching, I'm like, why does this look like this? And everyone's like, what are you talking about? Because like the fucking stream compression like kind of fucked up anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't think it's supposed to look like this. And they're like, I don't know. It didn't look. It looks weird, but I think that's like the stream. Like, no, it's on my end too. That is.
Do you think they were just trying to gaslight you?
Maybe. They were just fucking gaslighting me. And I go,
would that be the first time like a fan subgroup has done something like that?
I mean, they
probably
did put
not the first.
They didn't put it in the title, and they keep doing. They've done 3 episodes so far for some fucking reason.
In 140 like frames per second,
124.
Yeah, I don't know who that release is for, but I guess it's for someone. Just like
it's
how
for me with
like
my gamer monitor, my high refresh monitor. Even though the human eye can only see more than 30 frames per second.
Of course. But I guess it's like, well, it's not similar at all, but some people want to watch like the shitty original meme subs of like Needless, for example. So it's just good to have that option, no matter how stupid and wrong it is on sites like Nia.
Well, I guess, like, I don't know, you think about it, in like 15 years, that could be like a social thing where, like, archive thing where it's like, remember that release of Nukitashi that was at 124 frames per second for some inexplicable reason? I wish I could find that release.
Exactly. But the original point is, like, no matter what you do in any stage of fansubbing or even encoding, making something 140 frames, like 140 frames is fucking stupid, but some people like it, I guess. And you can make everyone happy, no matter how hard you try, especially fansubbers. And especially people who try to watch fansubs.
What are you guys' thoughts on honorifics?
Oh, no.
There's a lot of that grenade in there.
I personally like including them in my translations. Like, I also do like Edo manga translations, and I typically will leave in honorifics just because I think anybody that's going to go read like a Edo manga is going to know what the honorifics are, and they're going to want the nuances that they entail because they tell you a lot about character relationships. But I get for like something more mainstream like Crunchyroll localizers or Netflix, whatever, I completely get wanting to remove them because the general population that's watching like Solo Leveling or something probably isn't going to know what they mean.
Doesn't maybe Crunchyroll have honorifics though? I feel like most of the time when I watch stuff,
Crunchyroll.
Well, I mean, I don't watch Crunchyroll either, but like Takumi has honorifics, doesn't it? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it does. Unless
I watched it raw, so I don't know.
Unless I'm completely misremembering, even though I just watched the final episode.
I just fucking remember. I just fucking remember Takumi being like, Shizuka-chanpi! I don't even know if I remember reading Shizuka-chan.
We should do the dub for Taco P. Can you do a good Elmo voice, Mumi?
What?
You can do a good Elmo voice, I think. I feel. Yeah, there we go. Jesus Christ. Oh god.
Just have Taco P sound like Elmo.
Sound like Elmo. How fitting.
We should do fan dubs is what we really should. We should drop the fansub project.
Yeah, that should be our next project. Hayden fan dubs.
Yeah. Please let us
like
fan
Star
dub
of the
one
Giants
episode of Akko.
Star of the Giants like doesn't have fan subs, but it has a complete fan dub, and it just sounds like that throughout the whole all of it.
Why?
That's what we really need.
But yeah, we don't include honorifics in Himitsu no Akko-chan. Hayden, do you want to like expand on the reason why we don't? Because this was your decision.
Because I find it fucking corny and tacky as hell for fan subs. Not for everything. Like if it's something more like historical or timely or like quote unquote mature, if you want to put it like that, I think it's fine if it's like for an adult audience. But if it's like a kids show, just like how, you know, realistically, are kids going to be watching our Akko release? No, probably not.
No.
They don't know how to torrent or anything like that. But even
if they
so,
are, they're not watching fucking Akko-chan.
They're not watching Akko.
They're not watching a show from 60 years ago.
I mean, you can generally get across like the idea just without like, because like really all honorifics do kind of establish like relationships. So like if you say call
what I
Chan,
should say is we don't have Japanese honorifics. We do have English honorifics. So for example, instead of Moriyama Sensei, it's Mrs. Moriyama.
Right. I mean that makes sense.
I'll go that far.
But like
the only problem you could encounter with that is like if the relationship changes and then the honorific changes. Like if a character like if two characters go close and they like stop using honorifics around each other, then that nuance is going to be completely lost in the translation if we don't have honorifics.
Like
even then, I think you can translate it
kinda,
as something else. You can write it different ways.
Well, I mean, I was thinking you could just
but
have their like speech just generally kind of become more lax around each other. Like if they're kind of just
like the classic
guarded.
example there is like in Evangelion with Rei and Shinji. Like it goes from like Ikari-kun, I think she starts calling him Shinji after episode one where she smiles or something. One of those.
Yeah, in those instances, I would rather just like change the writing and like the tone of the conversation entirely, because I think that's because like the point of a translation also is to provide like an immersive experience, something that lets you just enjoy the show, which we have a couple translator notes. I'm not happy about it necessarily, but in at least one instance it's kind of unavoidable, and in the second instance that we have, we had to change a character's entire name.
I don't think I worked on that second example. Like I know the was it like Taisho equals general translators that we had?
Yes. So
in one of the earlier episodes,
there was, I think it's episode 4, where Taisho, one of the like bully characters in Akko, Akko like fucks with him basically, and she transforms herself into. Do you remember?
I actually wrote down the lines because I wanted to talk about this example. I actually don't know what Akko transforms into. Like first he transforms into like a princess from the Edo period, and then like lures him into this secluded area. And then she transforms into something else. I don't know what she's supposed to be. She doesn't say. But basically she's accusing Taisho of being Benkei, which is like some historical figure. I don't really know anything about it.
Well, Benkei has like 7 swords, I believe. Like
yeah, she says, where are your 7 weapons, Benkei? And then Taisho responds, I'm not Benkei, my name is Taisho. Then we have a TL note, Taisho means general, because he's basically called general because he like bosses all like the little kids around and stuff, so they call him general. And then Akko says, Taisho, so you're the Heikei general? So basically like she's pretending that she doesn't know his name is Taisho, and she's accusing him of being the Heikei general. So that's one of those cases where we kind of need to have a translator's note, because you can't really, like, it's something that's so embedded in like the Japanese language that you can't really translate it unless you want to change like the meaning entirely, like come up with like a different pun instead.
Yeah, I mean, what I was going to say is, what we could do is we could change his name to like boss or something like that, chief. Something along those lines. So like, oh, your name is boss? Well, you must be the Heikei general. Something like that. I think that works fine enough. But for us to do that, we have to change his name to boss. And like,
also, I don't
when
really
they say
like doing that
Taisho,
because there's...
Yeah, they say Taisho like it's his
a nickname.
name.
They're not calling him general. It's like Taisho means general, but that's his nickname. And his little brother is they call him Shosho, which means like major general. So that would get confusing if you're calling one of them general and one of them major general.
Yeah, I mean, I was seriously like considering it just because I didn't want to have that fucking translator note. But then like when you told me, oh, Shosho has to be like major general, I'm just like, that fucking sucks.
Wait,
like,
so
I guess we could change his name too. He could be Boss Baby, and that would be really funny. But then it's Boss Baby, and people are going to complain about that.
Wait, so is his actual name Taisho, or they just call him Taisho as a nickname?
His real name is Daisaku Akatsuka, and Akatsuka is a play
reference
on
to Fujio Akatsuka, the mangaka. Yeah.
Gotcha.
They basically have the same last name.
So you could, I mean, you could have just like
basically the protagonist of the show.
You could have changed his name to like Sarge or something, like not necessarily like directly change it to general, but just something that would make sense in like an English context. Like,
yeah, but if Taisho is sergeant, then Shosho still has to be like major sergeant,
lieutenant,
which.
You just call him like lieutenant. Like, yeah, like the whole thing is like his underling, right, or whatever. He's like the second in charge. So it's just like, oh, lieutenant deputy or whatever, or deputy sheriff and deputy could have been one that you could like. You would lose that sort of direct kind of Heikei thing, because like I don't know if necessarily if like sheriff and deputy would work in that context or something like. But you could like I don't know. There would have been ways that I guess you could have done that. But you would have been changing his name.
Then it still leads to me changing his name throughout the whole show, which takes time. And like they say Taisho, and like I'm kind of attached to Taisho as a name.
Also, like it's not even just like the people who he bullies around calls him Taisho. It's like even Akko and Moko, who are like the two main girls or whatever, and they don't respect him very much, but they still call him Taisho. So I think it'd be weird if they were calling him like general or sergeant.
Yeah, it kind of.
I just don't think it would flow
weakens
very well in
some
English.
of the other like writing in the show.
Well,
So I think Taisho, like just as is fine. Like I'll take it, even if I have to put a fucking translator note in one episode. I'm not happy about it, but it is what it is.
What was the other translator's note? You said there's 2, right?
Yes. So the second one is in episode 8. I want to say it's for a character called Takako Takai, I believe, which translates into like high class child, which the play on words in that context is that she's seen as, you know, this spoiled rich girl. And then the episode is about how, you know, she's actually not a spoiled rich girl, and, you know, make a whole thing about that. Like, I don't like how my face looks. Actually, I think you're pretty. Really? Well, I guess I'm pretty and I'm not a spoiled rich girl. Kind of like that. A lot of Akko episodes are kind of like that, honestly.
So
But,
you just put a TL note to explain her name?
yeah, so in the because it's one of Taisho's, what's his name, Gamo, the guy with the he looks like fucking like XQC after taking off his headphones.
Yeah.
Put up a picture of him on screen if you can. But he says, you know, oh, suits your name to Takako, whatever her name is.
Okay, yeah, I see why that'd be necessary.
It's a very like situational context kind of thing. And
unless you wanted to just localize her name and call her like Richie Rich Girl the whole episode.
yeah, which would be fucking corny as hell, like even more corny.
Yeah.
So like whatever, I'll take it. But after that, we haven't had to use anything. There's one instance, I forget which episode it is. But
you're telling me that there wasn't actually a trans rights TL note in the show? You didn't add that in?
Unfortunately,
I took a bit of liberties. Akko like strongly implied it, but just due to like Japanese like cultural differences and stuff, she didn't like literally outright say it. So I had to like put a little translator's note to just be like, this is what she's implying. Yeah,
translator.
But it was basically accurate.
Yeah, shorten it to trans note.
Trans.
Yeah.
Just a trans flag note.
Well, yeah, but unfortunately, not every screen cap that I post on Twitter is actually true and makes it into the show.
They'll never fucking know. They're never going to watch the show anyway.
No one watches it anyway, which is like not the most encouraging thing. Like, I wish more people would watch it, but then you look at the completed downloads and it's like maybe 150 people downloaded the 25 episode batch, and it's like, oh, okay.
A lot of those are probably just like data hoarders that download every new show coming out.
Yeah, I mean, that's to be expected. I mean, not everyone's gonna like immediately get around to like an Akko or something. Like even me, like I intend to watch it, but like one, it's like I kind of want to wait till it's done just so like just if I look at someone like I had so many fucking releases that I started like watching. I remember Galaxy Express was one. I was watching Feel on Yogi's release. And then they stopped. I mean, they were going really slow to begin with, but they stopped at like 36 and just never did anymore. And so, then he had to move over to the fucking horrible subs release, like RIP or whatever, which is kind of dog shit compared. I mean, the Blu-rays were not like the greatest to begin with, and at least in the Feel on Yogi, the ones that Feel on Yogi were using, where they just ended up moving to the DVDs. I think like 20 episodes in or so. But the horrible subs release was like worse. So like I ended up having to watch most of it with that. And then basically like within a few months of me finishing it, I think Ghost released the Blu-rays like entirely. So it's like I always like
as
hate
usual.
As per usual. As soon as I watch 3000 Leagues of Search of Mother, it will come out. If you pay me enough money, I will watch it and it will come out.
Didn't they already announce that though?
I was gonna say like that's already announced.
Yeah.
They've announced that they're making like a blue. Yeah. Well,
yeah.
The thing is, I think people have just been betrayed by fan subs of 1960s shows because they're very rarely ever completed. Like I was looking through the seasonal charts with Hayden the other day, and I think like the only 60s shows that have completed fan subs are like Dororo, and that might be it.
fairly
like
short.
yeah, that's 26 episodes. Sasuke and Bem recently got official releases. I think both were Discotheque.
Well, Sasuke is coming out.
Yeah, Sasuke's not out yet, but it'll be out in a couple months, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I mean, even Astro Boy doesn't have full subs.
Yep.
No, it doesn't.
Half of the show is not available in English, and the first half is only available dubbed. Astro Boy, the first TV anime, more or less. Think about that.
Like, incredibly important series are only partially subbed, like Sabutoichi, the first Gegege. What else? Sally the Witch, the first Cyborg 009.
Are they still working on Sabutoichi?
I don't know. I don't know when the last update was. I think they got like 30 or so episodes in.
I think they're like halfway through. But even then, like, Sabu and Ichi and Sally, maybe Cyborg 009 too, I'm not sure, but Sally and Sabu are both hard subbed, which is another problem.
They got to episode 32 back in August 2022, so it's...
wow. Basically abandoned.
Yeah. Seemingly.
Fucking, what's the comedy show with like the 5 identical brothers? What's it called?
Osumatsu-kun.
Yeah.
That one's also not translated.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be.
We got the 80s Osumatsu-kun from Discotheque, I think.
Yeah.
Isn't
that's right.
Oh yeah.
Isn't Inca working on Fight to Puta?
They are. I think they're about halfway through, or a little over halfway.
17.
That would be like the fourth or fifth 60s show to be fully translated.
So, yeah, you all plan to, like, God forbid someone, brutally beheads Hayden and uploads it to YouTube for their opinions on honorifics. Okay, but apart from something like that happening, you're gonna like do all of Akko?
We're doing all of Akko.
All of season 1.
All season 1. Okay.
For now, like maybe way later down the road, if we're even still doing this stuff, because I have no idea how sustainable this is going to be. Obviously, we're all
you
pretty young, and Salaryman too.
Yeah,
not Salaryman. But yeah, we'll just see how long this realistically ends up going for. But we should be able to. We'll definitely finish Akko, and then we can probably do a few more. Even like a couple years down the line, we'll see how feasible it is, because really, like, this whole project is resting on the shoulders of Salaryman, and like, I'm the project manager. I do most of everything else, but if we don't have the translations to begin with, then we can't subtitle anything. We don't have anything to subtitle to.
Right.
What? I generally know that y'all kind of started doing this because obviously no one's really gone and made an effort to translate older Magical Girl shows. Would you say that's like specifically the motivation to getting into it? Is the Magical Girl stuff specifically, or just maybe just older shows in general? The motivation for everything that I do in life is I do what I do because I'm pissed off. So I'm pissed off that Akko and these 60s Magical Girl shows don't have subtitles. So, okay, I'll do it myself. But since then, which even if we just stuck to Magical Girl shows and we could keep going, there are more shows that I want to do. I'd love to do Star of the Giants someday. I would love to do Game Center Arashi is one that I really want to work on. I was gonna do Arashi next after Akko, but our friend Salvatore, like, he really wants to work on Mako-chan, and what else did he want to work on? Etchan?
Sarutobi Etchan, yeah.
Yeah, Sarutobi Etchan, maybe Limit, which is another, like, all of those are still in that Toei Majoko lineage. But he really wanted to work on Mako, which is the show after Akko. Mako and Akko.
Yeah. Mako and Akko. Very creative.
Which I think that works out too, because Mako came out after Akko. So, it's a good follow-up to the last project. The show also looks really good, and it got a Blu-ray recently, so it'll actually have good footage, unlike Akko, which leaves a little bit to be desired. Not as bad as the later shows, which is another thing about like doing the rest of Akko. The rest of Akko looks like shit, frankly. Like the shows themselves look pretty good. And then you also have a bunch of episodes of Akko 3, but the video quality is not great.
Right. Yeah. The reason I'm so enthusiastic about working on Akko is it kind of like the perfect cross-section of my two main obsessions right now, which is the Toei Majoko series and Fujio Akatsuka works. I've been going through both of those on my own, just watching all these mostly raw shows because most of these are untranslated. I'm really into them, so I'm very enthusiastic to work on Akko.
Which I'm glad you are enthusiastic.
The both of those. From what I've been able to gather, you don't love Akko.
Akko's
like, hate it, but
fine. It's like, I don't know, maybe a 6 for me, maybe a 7, depending on some episodes.
A 7 or an 8.
Yeah,
I haven't seen as much as you have.
But I'm not like as
better or worse than Flame of Rekka.
Oh, fucking better than the Flame of Rekka. Goddamn,
Rekka was dog shit.
I mean, Akko is at least original. It's not just trying to be Yu Yu Hakusho. Or I guess in this sense, it isn't just trying to be Sally. It has its own thing going on. But Flame of Rekka, that's its own thing. But yeah, I guess like my thing with Akko and like most of these projects in general, I feel like I approach it the same way that I do videos, where like I'm very headstrong about just working on stuff. I really enjoy working and having my output like be something meaningful. And so even though I'm not like head over heels over Akko, the fact that it's being completed, like that's what's really driving me.
Right. Yeah. There's a historical value there.
And even just having the opportunity to like be able to subtitle something, like that's really exciting. And more people should do it, you know,
if everyone who complained about localization actually got involved in fan subbing stuff, we would be in like a fan subber renaissance or something. Because like,
I mean, not even just that. Like, if you know Japanese and you're not really using it too much outside of just personal use, like just join a fan sub group. Maybe just translate an episode here and there when you feel like it, and then put something out, and that can be like really, really cool.
Can you imagine?
It doesn't have to be like historically important shows.
I find it very rewarding when I go to Hentai and I see one of the doujins I translated has like 3,000 favorites, and I'm like, wow, 3,000 people jerk their dicks to something I translated.
Hey. Maybe they fucking jilled themselves off. Let's be fucking clear.
Maybe I'm sorry.
Get out there. Gotta stand up for all the goyles out there. You know what I'm saying?
Could you imagine if like all these people got into fucking fan subbing and then they brought back like comparing fan sub groups on fucking like animated site trackers? Yeah, this one's woke.
Working on the new season of Jujutsu Kaisen.
This one's a woke translation group. This one's a neo-Nazi translation. So if you want to watch the Nazi Taco P translation, it's this group.
I like me trying to figure out what fucking like translation of Monogatari I need to get. It's like, how? I got what?
I mean, I would be down. I'm fine with having the options. Because, like, with Monogatari, it's like, okay, do I want to watch the horrible subs, Crunchyroll, whatever, Daisuke translate, whatever the fuck it was, where they give you all the translation notes and explain all the puns, and I can try and be, like, some fucking super autist and break down, like, all the jokes and references and how they kind of tie back into their characters? Or do I just want to watch the Herc's translation, where it's kind of just more the experience and the vibe and just accomplish it through the kind of emotional experience?
It's like how there are like different translations of the Bible, each like with their own different uses.
Yeah, do you want the cool King James version that sounds really reverent, or do you want just the plain English version that you can actually understand?
Or do you want one that uses, what is it called, like the Septuagint as its base document?
Septuagint.
Yeah. There's for all you Bible translation nerds out there listening to this. That one's for you.
For the Bible community.
Yeah, for the Bible community.
Goes out to y'all.
Instead of, we're not calling them Christians anymore. We're calling them the Bible community. They're all Biblers.
Even in that instance, I think that's fine for shows like Monogatari to like really have robust, different versions. If it's just like some like pretty normal show, like a kids show where it's pretty straightforward, I don't think that's necessary. I think it's better to just like bring something new to light.
See, so it's not necessary, but I'm fine with it. Like if you have, I'm down for just having more options in general.
I'm down for the idea, but like having that idea be put into place, you know, sacrifices have to be made.
I'm pretty sure there's currently like 3 streaming services that have Call of the Night Season 2, and I'm pretty sure all 3 have different localizations. So there was a whole controversy about them using the word incel in a line. I think it was in episode 1. But the thing is, that's only in one version of the show. If you don't like the correct version, you can go watch like the Netflix version for Snowflakes. If you don't want to hear the proper dialogue. Because she did say incel, fuck you.
She didn't literally say
Sorry,
incel.
That's my piece on that.
I didn't hear the word incel.
She didn't say she didn't say inshalu.
Wait, does she actually say incel?
She says kojiraseta dote, but people were acting like she only said the word dote, which means virgin, like male virgin. But they were just analyzing the one word. When you're translating, you can't just analyze a single word. You have to look at the whole fucking sentence, and not only the whole sentence. You have to look at the whole context of the scene. You have to look at which character is saying it. You have to look at why they're saying it, who they're talking to, what type of personality they have. You can't just put one fucking word into Google Translate and see, oh, that says virgin. She said virgin.
Aocchi, have you ever seen like anyone online that makes those arguments that actually like put a clip with the original like Japanese text on screen and like the translation next to it? Or do you just keep seeing like the one screenshot of like some fucking game like next to the original? Yep. Don't give like an explanation of the Japanese text at all. Just like, hey, look, this game is woke because they said woke.
Yeah, I love the examples people use when they compare a line from the dub to a line from the subtitles, as if like the subtitled version is like the end all be all of how that line can be translated. It's like, look, she said this in the sub, but this in the dub. That means the dub is woke.
Yeah.
How do you know that? What if the sub line is wrong? Or better yet, what if it's subjective? What if you give the same line to 10 different professional Japanese to English translators and they all give you different lines? Because that's what's going to happen in translation. Because that's how it works.
Well, I feel like a lot of the time it would almost like maybe like translations would just benefit from having, you know, like you open up like any like book that's like a translation. There's always like that translator introduction at the start that kind of goes over like, this is how we translated it. This is our approach. Here are some specific nuances, yada, yada. Do you think anime would almost benefit from having something like that?
No, because no one would read it.
Because no one would fucking read it.
Even if they did, they would just take away what they want to take away. They'll go in with their agenda. Yeah. I don't think it would be too helpful unless it's like, I don't even know what a good example of a show would be that would benefit from it a lot. But yeah.
And this is all to say that, you know, translation is subjective once more.
Yes. No, it's not. It's a fucking science, all right? And I know that because that fucking Dimitri Monroe video told me that it was or something.
Oh my God.
And there's only one objective way to translate any work, any fucking text, okay? There definitely have not been entire wars and millions of people killed over the course of human history because some motherfucker translated something in a slightly different way.
Well, at least we got some culture war covered.
Oh, God.
So you can check off William Chow
Culture War. Okay.
Yeah, you can check off religion
Culture
too.
War podcast. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That was literally the last episode. You got the fucking fear and opinion guy on.
Oh my God. We got the fucking fear and opinion guy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So, what are you guys? So, in terms of like, we've talked about like the like subtitle aspect, but there is also the encoding aspect. So yeah, this is just you're not upscaling the DVD, right? It's just the DVD rip.
It is just a raw rip of the DVD currently.
Has there not been like a HD release of Akko?
Nope.
I
mean, it's a Toei Majoko show, so don't count on Toei doing it.
What do you?
Unless you're just like Mako.
Yeah, ignore that. Pretend I didn't say anything.
But like, I mean, obviously there are groups, like Kinoko Video that they're just doing like straight. They have like a guy, I guess, that scans their films, for them to use. Would you all? I guess it would depend if you ever got a hold of fucking film reels. But would that be something you'd want to do, or is that just too much work?
So the thing about that is, the file sizes would be ginormous. For one,
no, just denoise them and compress them down. It'll be fine.
Oh, true. Even so, if we were to do that, we would have to retime everything, which is another thing. Timing is something that not a lot of people talk about when it comes to fansubbing. But like, let's say a Blu-ray of Akko comes out tomorrow, and it looks amazing, and we want to use it. Well, first of all, we have to buy the Blu-ray or wait until someone rips it, but preferably like buy the Blu-ray just ourselves. I think Akko is out of print, so fuck that shit. But like we would have to do that, but our timing is incredibly robust to the RAWs that we have currently, so much so that for some reason when you put in the raw MKV just into Aegisub, you have like in the little timeline thing, you have a bunch of like straight lines going across the timeline, and those indicate like a scene change or like a major change in the picture. And when you just put in the raw MKV, I guess it has something to do with the like bitrate or something like that, but it gets kind of fucked up. So the whole timeline, it just has a bunch of those straight lines, which makes it very difficult to time. And so what I found out is if you convert it to an MP4 using something like Handbrake, then it shows up fine. But even so, even just putting it through Handbrake, there will be scenes where something might be like one frame off. So Izzy will do that. He will give me the episode, and then I will go through, check so everything is timed exactly correctly, because we cut like dialogue on the scene transition. Akko is directed like shit, and it has just a ton of scene transitions, just constantly, like scene changes constantly. So much so that it's like really distracting, honestly, but that's how they made the show.
Yeah.
It's called art house, Hayden. You wouldn't get it.
That is true.
It's actually a really deliberate choice.
It's actually very forward looking, because it's kind of like how if you watched a vlog in like the 2010s, how they would jump cut like every 2.5 seconds.
Jump cuts.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
They were actually very
if you're going to
inspired
cut
by the
on
French New Wave,
the
actually.
scene transitions, if you're going to cut on the scene transition, you have to be like very exact. And so you don't like have the scene transition happen and then one frame later the subtitle disappears, because you're going to be able to notice that. Not a huge thing, obviously, but
it's enough to annoy people.
Yeah, it annoys me because I do video editing, which is why I handle all of that stuff. But if you were to just if Kineko were to like get a full episode and just give that to me, I can't just put in my exact timing to that episode. Yeah, it would, because it's not going to line up correctly. And then I would basically just have to remake the entire episode from the timing, which takes a lot of time. Oh yeah. Well, it's like the example I was thinking about is the show Dragonar, Metal Armor Dragonar, not the 80s mecha show, not the 2010s fantasy. The good show. Dragonar. The good. Like that show's been subbed for
a long time, but it's the DVD subs. Blu-ray has been out and has been like ripped and stuff and is available online, but you obviously just cannot take the subs for the DVD rip and just slap them on to the Blu-ray release, because that's going to create problems.
Well, to be fair, and I haven't seen the DVD subs of Dragonar. I imagine since they're pretty old, like we just watched fucking Flame of Recca, and the subtitles, the writing itself, pretty stilted, as is pretty typical of the time. But the timing especially is not great. There was I believe it was episode 3 where every single line, like halfway through they would cut the line, and so every single line only had like the text on screen for the first half of the sentence, and thankfully that was the worst it ever got. But then instead of like chaining multiple lines together, if it's a run-on sentence or like multiple people are talking, instead of chaining them together so you have more frames and time to read what's on screen, they will like flash the subtitles. If you watched Medalist, it's kind of like that, but even more egregious. I believe Netflix does that too, because I believe the idea with Netflix is that if you flash the subtitles, it will indicate to the viewer, oh, okay, there's a new set of subtitles on screen. But the problem with that is if you have to signal that, then even if it's like a longer line of dialogue, you're not going to really be able to read that in time.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those inherently kind of flawed things.
There's also things like sentence structure and stuff to be mindful of. Like everyone talks about in the Tatami Galaxy, like obviously the main character talks really quickly in that show, but it's not just that he's speaking very quickly, it's that the sentence structure that is used in the translation is also very elaborate and complex. So on top of that, the subtitles are going by then very quickly, and it's just long run-on sentences with a lot of different clauses in them, which then makes reading it a fucking nightmare.
Right, you just like cannot keep up. Pretty much.
I'm like, wait, what
most people cannot
Park?
Keep up.
Wait, Kowloon, what the fuck are you talking about? Wait, where are we? What's going on?
China?
Right. So you have to read it, and then you have to also like process everything that's happening.
Oh yeah, because then your eyes are also like at the bottom of the screen, and there's a bunch of other stuff going on as well.
Yeah, it's very hard to follow. That's like more of an extreme example, though.
It's like the most extreme example I think I could think of.
I will say,
thankfully, most shows are not like that.
But
there are a lot of measures you can take to make things just easier to read in general.
Sure.
Like I said, chaining things together, chaining sentences together is one thing to just give you more time to read. But another thing that I noticed when we were group watching Someday Streamers Season 2 is if it's a widescreen show, or even just like a 4x3 show, you don't want one sentence to just run across the entire screen.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is you want to break up the subtitle so you have like two rows of, text on screen that's closer to the center, so you can easier gloss over it a little bit easier instead of just scanning your eyes across the entire bottom of your
screen. Yeah,
it's interesting because with my family getting into anime recently, since they haven't read subtitled anime for 25 years like I have, they're like, oh, we have to watch dubs, and it's hard to read subtitles. It's like. My mom's like, I'm really good at reading. I used to read like books all the time really fast, and I can't read. I'm just like, it's a skill issue.
Skill issue? No, that's not, because like my dad will like watch stuff on Netflix. It's very obviously like something in another language that's then been dubbed, and it's like that's fine because he's old and the TV's far away and his eyesight isn't very good. This is fine.
Well, the thing about that too is like I have sympathy for the people who say they have a hard time like keeping up with subtitles, because that used to be me. And then like later on, ironically, like making subtitles myself, I figured out, oh wait, I mean, part of it was me being like pretty young and not very used to subtitles, but especially watching old fan subs now, like I have a hard time keeping up with Rekka occasionally, or like Someday Streamers Season 1, which also was not a great release. But then like I'm like, okay, well, why can't I keep up with it? And I go into the episode and I check the CPS, and the CPS, which is basically the higher CPS you have, the harder it's going to be to read whatever's on screen. So if you have like a full sentence on screen that's only on screen for 1 second, then that's going to have a very, very, very high CPS, because you're not going to be able to read that in time as it just flashes on screen. If everything has a super high CPS, then, you know, no shit, it's going to be very hard to read because you literally can't keep up with it.
Yeah.
I would watch Hell Teacher Nube, which is an old fan sub, and have the same problem. Like, is it just me? No. I look at the episode and the CPS is fucking disastrous. And, you know, Nube has a lot of problems. That,
don't get me started on Nube.
Yeah.
I got beef with that show now.
I mean, me too.
Wait, what happened with
beat
Nube?
the fuck out of Nube, that motherfucker.
Should I go into that one Nube tweet I made?
Right.
Like
the fucking
2 million views.
Yeah, the fucking gymnastics bar thing, right? Jesus Christ, what the fuck was that?
Where the line was, what should I do? The iron bar test will be done tomorrow, but the subtitles say the Tetsubo test will be done tomorrow, and then they put a translator's note that says a Tetsubo is a gymnastic horizontal bar, and then I had literally hundreds of people trying to tell me, no, that's a good translator's note. You just can't read. You just don't want to know about Japanese culture, you stupid foreigner. Why don't you want to learn about Japanese culture? It's a fucking iron bar.
Literally some
there
fucking
is no Japanese culture.
Shit.
Yeah.
How are you defending that?
Well, the fucking thing is like, people are like, fan subbers are way better than official subtitles. And then they will just argue with fan subbers doing things they disagree with. And it's like, at what point, motherfucker, just put the work in yourself at this point. Like, put your money where your mouth is. Be the change you want to see in the world. The fuck is wrong with you?
They won't ever become the change they want to see because they just want to complain.
There's fucking entitled fucking brats that just want to consume but don't want to fucking put in the work and contribute to this community in any capacity.
They don't even want to consume. I don't even think they're consuming. They just want to complain.
Oh yeah, no, they don't. Yeah, no, they don't give a fuck. They're not going to watch Akko or Hell Teacher Nube or any of this shit.
There was I remember when people would complain that like cancel culture was that way. It's like, oh, you just want to complain. You want to. It's like now we've like come back around where it's like the opposite side that was complaining about is now doing the same shit.
Yeah. It sounds like fucking like Christians complaining about shit. And I'm like, all right, we're back in like 2014, baby. Let's go.
And these far right culture war people are the biggest fucking snowflakes.
Yeah, well,
I swear.
They do, like, because they always like talked about like, oh, these people are coming into the fandom, you know, not understanding and really like knowing anything, just demanding changes and things conform to their worldview. And it's like, that's literally what you're fucking doing. That's literally
it's just Dunning-Kruger.
Yeah, it really is.
Well, it's basically just the pendulum bullshit where it's like one side is more widely accepted or whatever, so they feel emboldened to do more of whatever they want to do, and then the other side will do the same thing. If it's it's literally, well, I don't want to get into spoilers of this show, but it's literally like a show that just ended recently. It's like they will do the exact same thing once they're facilitated to be able to do the same thing that they're complaining about the other side doing. It's like, y'all just need to fucking calm the fuck down.
Yeah, it's all a lot of bullshit.
No one's principled anymore, unlike us, the real ones.
Unlike us. Yeah.
The hard-hitting journalists.
Listen, we have a podcast at least, okay? All right, I can talk into a microphone for an hour reasonably.
Say what you will.
We're also anime YouTubers, so you have to consider that. So we're actually, we don't have any clue what we're talking about, because you see, AnyTuber said thing that I disagree with or thing that I think is stupid 6 years ago. So, you know, no one's ever changed ever since then.
Can we?
Which, to be fair, for the people who do believe that, I mean, they're not wrong.
Can we
Yeah,
bitch
right.
about?
But please do not group me in with you guys. I'm not an Anituber, for the record.
Oh, yeah,
This-
true.
this
You're
is-
a real
this is
fan.
slander. I'm not an Anituber. Let me repeat. I'm not an Anituber.
Can we?
I don't think I introduced myself on this podcast.
No, I guess not. You don't want to
hello,
do it like an
I'm-
hour in?
I think we're like 2 hours in.
Okay, now we'll
Is it not
insert
with two
that.
C's?
Now we'll insert that at the
Yeah,
beginning
just
of the
edit that
podcast.
to the beginning.
I'll just make literally the most obvious edit. I'll just like interrupt someone talking and just splice that in. Let me note down the timestamp.
Can we back on the fucking AnyTube? Can we fucking bitch? Let's go on a tangent here for a second. Can we fucking bitch about this fucking post where people are shitting on this the Sinchi?
Kind of with the thumbnail thing?
Yeah. Can we bitch about this for a second?
Go off.
Fuck, what was it?
The
off,
the problem
King.
with art styles in anime.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I watched
The Dandadan thumbnail?
yeah, the Don and
Yeah,
Demon
Don
Slayer.
Don and Demon Slayer, yeah.
So I watched the video out of curiosity. I'm like, because like everyone's like shitting, dunking on the fucking, basically just the thumbnail and title, and
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well,
How bad could it be?
how come back? I watched the video, and like within the first minute and a half, he just straight up says like, oh, this is more like expression versus like on model, but like just for the sake of clicks, I'm just gonna put normal, I guess, in the thumbnail. And it's like, okay, I don't
and it
see
worked.
yeah, it's like I don't see a problem.
So,
Like when it comes
so
to
the bait worked?
the bait work. Okay, the problem is people will bitch about this. There was someone that was like, oh, back in my day, anti-tubers didn't were making like disinformation but they're being way outpaced by this shit. It's like this is the same.
I think you
problem.
can say his name. I think he's big enough.
Who, Nino? Oh.
Yeah. Thanks for saying it for me.
But yeah, it's like this is the same problem that has been plaguing fucking anime YouTube since your quote unquote your generation.
Since
no one fucking watches the
since
video.
Mr. Anime.
Since Mr. Anime, nobody fucking watches people's
since
videos.
the YouTube classic, Mr. Anime is planning something.
No one actually watched that
watches
video. They just assumed.
no one watched that video. They just assumed that he was guilty of murdering his entire family.
If you watch that video,
that video
it
was
actually
somehow
exonerates
related.
him. They never even watched it in the fucking investigation.
Yeah.
What kind of fucking unhinged shit?
Listen, fucking free Mr. Anime, goddammit. All right, get him
He
out
was
as we
set
get on
up.
the podcast. He was set up, all right. He had
Listen,
some
do you think
strong-
someone would just write on the wall that they killed their family?
He had information that could have led to the arrest of Hillary Clinton. Okay. All right. Listen, he had irrefutable proof of Donald Trump's connection to Jeffrey Epstein. And guess what? See where that got him, all right?
Yeah, this
He's a maximum.
This goes all the way back to 2010.
He was one of the original whistleblowers, all right? He should be up there with Edward Snowden. All right?
So fucking stupid. Please shut up.
What, you don't like this bit?
We need to move on. I'm getting a headache. Jesus.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no. But this is the same fucking problem that's always been, like, no one watches these fucking videos. It's like, if you watch, like, the problem is people like this will like shit on a title and thumbnail and like give it attention. So then like more people will watch the video, and it's like, you watch, it's a fine video. Like, there's not really, it does like lean into some weird takes here and there where it's like, at one point he says something about, like stuff that looks like anime is good too, or something. It kind of comes off like, anime good, Western cartoon. Like, you can kind of make the reading of that and it's a little bit uncharitable, but I mean, I'm not saying it's a perfect video. I think it's like generally like he's going into detail. It's basically just him going into detail about like these two different modes of like direction, right? Where you're like, the productions like Chainsaw Man try to be more stylistically consistent, and so it kind of takes like the talents of these individual animators and kind of homogenizes them in this production. And yet something like Jujutsu Kaisen is a little bit more expressive when it comes to its visual directors or whatever in each episode or whatever. And I think that's fine. I think it's cool that you're like going through the directors or whatever, kind of explaining what their general style is, what they bring to the show. I think that's a fine video. Is it the greatest video I've ever seen? No, sure. But like there's like I don't know why we're dunking on this video because of the thumbnail. And if he made a fucking title and thumbnail that was like a deep dive into expressionism and direction or something, like whatever the fuck would be more acceptable to these people, they wouldn't watch it anyway.
No.
And so you're bitching about them putting a title and thumbnail that is working apparently because you're talking about it and saying that they should do something else, but then you didn't actually watch the like you're just assuming what the content is before you even fucking watch it. You're like, oh, fucking these fucking people make some stupid takes. It's like, what take did he make?
I think people just need to be more understanding of like quote unquote clickbait, like why YouTubers use it because it works.
Yeah,
the problem is that we don't have enough. The problem is that it's something that only like YouTubers really get. Like some people outside of it kind of get it, but it's one of those things where like if you're completely outside of it and you're of the opinion that like, oh, only real art is like fucking Pink Floyd and you know shit like that.
I love the Beatles.
I love the
Beatles. I love Aerosmith and Led Zeppelin. You know, stuff that is, you know, traditionally like very respectable and everything like that. You know, even then, like look at Madonna. You know, she had to be pretty out there to get a lot of attention, but then like she got attention and, you know, she's pretty good.
I don't even think you understand.
Sometimes you just have to like be noticeable to have your shit seen.
Yeah. I don't even
like
think people...
no one just gets famous for the sake of.
So this is how you should start promoting your Akko fan subs. It's just like really
literally fucking my biggest tweet ever. My biggest tweet ever is for the fucking Rakugo episode when I posted, what did I say?
The sign with the names.
I only use translator notes whenever absolutely necessary.
Oh god,
and the note is "fuck you, I'm not translating this shit," and then I translated it in the episode. But it looks funny.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think we're doing very well selling Akko-chan. We're like almost 2 hours in, and I don't think we've described what the show is about.
Oh, well, we can get back to that. I have a good segue for that. But okay. What was I? I don't think people that fucking don't make content on YouTube post-COVID would even understand. Like, if you're like someone that made anime content and like grew a subscriber base like fucking 5-10 years ago, you're not going to understand what it's like starting a channel post-COVID when like literally everybody decided to start a fucking channel. It is not the same landscape as it was when you fucking got like 70,000 subscribers or whatever the fuck ever. Like you can't just like make whatever fucking video that doesn't have any kind of clickbait or whatever and expect people are going to stick around and watch this shit. Like just, it doesn't happen anymore. The algorithm is different and it fucking promotes the worst shit fucking humanly imaginable.
Which has always been the case.
It's always been the case, but I feel like
that's never not been the case.
I feel like it's gotten worse in the sense of like, one, there's more people, so it's like you're literally like crabs in a larger bucket than even before. Where like breaking through is just like you have to hit some weird sweet spot to get to even like 100,000 subscribers now. Like, who fucking has started a channel since 2020 that has hit like 100,000 subscribers? Like, the Scamboli starting like 2020,
I think.
Like
somewhere around then.
I think they're like.
I think it's from like 2018.
They might be
he's
like
from earlier because you have the fucking Shabe's reaction to Haikyuu video.
Oh yeah. I don't know if I can name many people that like have gotten a large amount of subscribers that started after 2020. Like it's just a different landscape. Like you're not getting 100,000 subscribers regularly out of the fucking YouTube. Like at least like
unless you're
general
like code.
I think they exist, but they're more like shorts channels, like
shorts
like
channels.
Well, I was thinking
like
more like comedy oriented stuff. Like, do you guys know the channel Codename Super?
No.
Okay,
No.
Codename Super is a channel that basically does. They're not really analysis videos, but he does say stuff that's weirdly insightful at points. But it's basically just him describing shit in Dragon Ball in a comedic way. And sometimes I'm like, huh, that's a actually interesting observation there. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Yeah, like
the anime men are post COVID or post 2020.
Yeah, Codename Super started.
Are they blowing
years ago?
But they're blowing up like because they're doing like shorts content, so they're probably getting big on like TikTok too, and that's just kind of carrying over on YouTube.
I don't think they're doing shorts. I know that he just does like
they do
videos.
shorts, but they do full length videos as well. And the full length videos usually don't perform nearly as well as the shorts do.
Gotcha.
I don't know. Their videos do like pretty okay.
Yeah, not bad, but not as well as the shorts, from what I've seen anyway.
But yeah, I don't know. There was like an FD video that came out literally today on like his side channel, kind of talking about, like the second half of the video is basically just like a rant on like hip hop discourse and the kind of people that people are like paying attention to when it comes to like hip hop and who the tastemakers are, things like that. Fucking hate XQC, things like that. And I was just thinking to myself, like, huh, I feel like I've heard this somewhere before about a different subject matter.
These codename supper thumbnails are incomprehensible.
No, I don't fucking understand them either.
This is awesome.
Yeah, no, his videos are funny.
Oh, Internet Pit Stop, I guess, is one.
I guess
he might, as far as like analysis sort of essay content, he's probably like the biggest since 2020.
Hazel.
Lex.
I don't think Mara's in over 100K, right?
No, I think they're like 40.
Okay.
Mara's too.
There have been some.
Even then, like all of these people are still like they have a foot in anime, but they're not anime dedicated.
No,
that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of like I think we talked about Shaves. I think a lot of growth from like Lex and like IP like is from them kind of alternating subjects, right? Like, which is there's nothing wrong with that, but it's like if you're just making anime content, like it is, you are like, I guess looking more at like 40,000, 50,000, sort of like or at the moment at least. It's just
that's because it's like I was saying this the other day, like people aren't only into anime, especially not nowadays, who have like a lot of like different interests. Watch a lot of different kind of content on YouTube. So if you're making anime specific videos, you need to be mindful of the fact that they're watching your videos like alongside 40-minute videos of a guy going out and just talking about geology, just telling you about the mountains around and stuff. That's the kind of thing that you are competing with. It's not just other anime content.
I feel like even with those examples, like the anime appeal kind of transfers over into like movie people like Perfect Blue and stuff like that, and that's usually what those guys kind of talk about.
Yeah. Or like obviously there's a pretty significant crossover between like anime and video games, and then just also like that's why like so many channels have also like the Anime Man. I guess Sea Dog never really made anime specific content, but a lot of them do like Japan life stuff as well. If anything, that's become like some of the more dominant stuff over the years, because like I guess the thing is like as anime has become more popular and part of more people's lives, like those people, it's not their main thing. It's just like another thing that they kind of do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like even like the big channel, like Joey's content has like shifted from somewhat talking about anime to like talking about anime sometimes.
Yeah.
A lot of it's like I went and hung out with a porn star for 24 hours or something. It's like, all right.
Yeah. I put hypnosis to the test with a real Japanese hypnotist. I spent the day with a Japanese tattoo artist. I guess he's like alternating between like something about anime, something about Japan, something about anime, something about Japan.
He needs to stop calling himself the anime man.
Call him the Japanese man.
The Japanese man.
Hey everyone, it's me, the Japan man. I'm the Jaman.
Hey, what's up everybody? I'm the culture guy.
What the fuck was that? Jesus Christ.
It's evil anime, man.
Oh, God.
He becomes the... what did you say? Jaman? And he speaks with like a really bad Jamaican accent.
Oh, no.
no. I can't do a Jamaican accent with shit, all right? So it wouldn't even be funny. It would just be like embarrassing on me. Because not only am I being racist, I'm not even doing it in a good way. It's just like, oh, that's really bad.
They would have to cancel him, and he'd get like a weird like sterilized version, like the cinnamon Applejack's mascot.
I'd have to apologize, like Anthony Fantano, for saying the N-word like 10 years ago.
Oh man.
Well, if we want to go back, we need to round up.
If we want to go back,
round up all the. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just going to go into a detailed fantasy about rounding up all anti-tubers and having them fight to the death, and then whoever wins gets to become the new anime man.
Well, that's a Mr. Beast.
Go ahead.
That's just an anti-tube battle royale.
Yeah, that's just a plot of
like
Hero
Mirai
X
Nikki or something.
Yeah, Mirai Nikki. I
was gonna say if y'all want to try and sell Akko-chan, Overworked Salaryman got back to me on what his thoughts on Akko-chan were.
Oh, did he?
Does he hate it?
Oh.
Did they fuck Hayden for making me work on this shit?
Yeah, it says I'm plotting to kill Hayden by beheading him in the middle of time.
Fair enough. Good point. Good
Specifically
take.
for their views on localization and some translators' notes. So basically, it's like, it's there's a lot that happens in it that feels like it makes it feel very much of its time. Like kids talking about suicide stuff, the way they do is really surreal. Consistency between episodes is a bit weird. There are big things that kind of happen in the character's life, and then it just goes back to the status quo like later on. Sounds like a lot of like just janky sort of like finding the format kind of thing. Where
it's a little bit scuff. Thing about inconsistencies, I think the example he likes to bring up is Moko's dad, who is originally a salaryman. One episode just becomes like a sushi chef or like the owner of a sushi restaurant.
Of course they would bring that up. Fucking I connected with the dad.
I think what he said is like sometimes randomly in episodes he will just go back to being a salaryman, but I don't remember that. But I might also have dementia. Like, Akko dementia is a real thing. If you ask Issy about any episode, like what happens in it, he won't be able to answer you.
Oh, that's like me with
working
Conan.
on every single episode.
That happened with Mermaid Melody. Mermaid Melody was that way. Like everybody
you
got
can
dementia.
You can name some episodes.
True, I do remember
16,
like
23.
What was that fucking guy's name? The love interest?
Kaito?
Yeah, I remember Kaito like running into that burning surf shop to save his surfboard.
Yeah. There's was it an amusement park episode that was really like really dementia?
I'll never forget the dementia theme song that literally plays like 5 times. I
wasn't even fucking there for Mermaid Melody. I've seen like over 200 episodes of Conan now. Because they all center around like murder or crime, they all just kind of blend together, and I can remember bits and pieces of them. I cannot tell you like, because there's so many episodes. There's like, oh, someone got murdered on a boat. They're on an island, or just like general. Oh, murder on a train. That happens a ton. Things like that, and it's like, oh,
yeah.
And it's all.
I think Akko is a little bit better about making each episode kind of succinct. I say that. We just put out episode 26 last Thursday, a few days ago, and then next week's episode, because we're releasing weekly, by the way, and I never mentioned it, and I've never announced it publicly or anything. I just want to keep putting out episodes every single week to Aura Farm and just never acknowledge it. But next week's episode is literally just the last episode, pretty much.
Wow.
But without the kidnapping.
Without the kidnapping, but like you and me, we worked on these 2 episodes together, because if we're getting 2 episodes each week, you and I sit in a call and we work on our each respective episode. But the plot of both episodes were basically the same, more or less. But for the most part, I think most episodes are pretty good about being succinct. The thing about it is that Akko has a lot of characters that show up in one episode and then never again. So like episode 2 is called Let's Go Kenta-kun if you like your honorifics. But like you watch this episode and you're like, oh, okay, Kenta, he's like a friend of Akko's. They resolved, this thing and they're friends now by the end of the episodes. Is he going to be a recurring character? No.
No.
Nope. There's a character in episode
it's 22. Very of its time.
Was it 22 that had the guy who was taking care of this blind deer and like he cures the deer's blindness by the end of the episode and like they go through a lot together. Him, Akko, Moko, and all of the other characters. He never shows up again. And that's basically the same sentiment for almost every single episode.
I feel like that's the case for a lot of shows from this era.
Yeah, not every episode has an original character, but it is a lot of them.
I think it makes them
like
original. The problem with inconsistency you were saying with Akko, I think, is very reminiscent of many shows from this era, just because usually the episodes would have very different teams, like per episode, with not a lot of like communication between them.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of how a lot of these shows are, and you just have to accept it.
I mean, even episode to episode, I noticed during the first batch of the first 6 episodes, Akko just looks wildly different from different episodes. And then I look at the character sheet of like the character designs, and I'm like, yeah, I can see why that would happen.
Yeah, you watch like Ashton or Joe, and you can tell like which animation director is working on what episode because they draw Joe slightly differently.
Yeah, some probably have more animation errors than others.
I mean, I even noticed that like when we recently rewatched like Evangelion a year ago, and I'm like, they really just can't decide what Misato is supposed to look like, can they?
Yeah,
it takes like down to like maybe halfway through the show to figure that out.
Yeah,
basically after the Ghibli episode.
After the Ghibli episode, they're like, okay, we need to lock the fuck. What the fuck is going on?
She's turning into Nazca. We need to
stop this.
Yeah.
Taisho is a different size in like every single episode.
He's a different size in every shot.
In every shot.
So he's the Unit 1. Yeah. He's like the Unit 1 of Akko-chan.
Pretty much.
There's Unit 1 like 8 different sizes throughout Evangelion.
Oh yeah,
because sometimes sometimes Taisho is like really big, and then in other shots, there was the one shot in an episode that you worked on, I want to say 11, where he's like standing next to Dora and his mom, and he's just like really tiny and cute looking.
Yeah,
he looks really funny.
Where he's standing next to like Akko and Moko, and he'll be like half the height of them. And then other shots, he'll be like towering over them.
Yeah, so there's no consistency in like the animation.
I did ask Salaryman what he thought about, because I remember Salaryman likes Magical Girl shows. I did ask what he thought about it from that kind of particular lens. Which he did say he likes the power of like transforming or whatever, but he said like it also kind of ruins any sort of tension, because like it kind of just it's used in a creative way, but that almost like deflates the fucking tension of seeing. Like if you mentioned the Tokyo Tower one, specifically the baby.
Yeah.
Where he's like, instead of like wondering about like, instead of like having the tension of like, oh, how are they gonna like get out of the situation? He's just like, oh, I wonder how she's gonna find out the way out of this problem or whatever. Like he's just. Because like you just know like it's just how it's gonna like end. Basically, there's not really like a tension to it.
Right. I think the concept was handled a lot better in Hime-chan no Ribbon.
I made that connection where I was like, I asked him if he'd seen it, which he hadn't. But yeah, like that's. I mean, I wouldn't expect it to be handled better than Hime-chan's Ribbon, unfortunately.
Yeah, like I'm still waiting for Akko to turn into one of like the sex offenders from SMAP. But she hasn't done that yet, so that already puts Hime-chan no Ribbon on a much higher level for me.
True.
Well, Hime-chan's ribbon also has a little bit more like plot progression going on, because in Akko
Right, and
there's none.
it's used more, right, and the transforming is used more as like a vessel for drama in that show, like
Which I think for
misunderstandings.
an episodic show like that, it's kind of fine, because it's like you're watching Sailor Moon and, you know, oh, how are they going to defeat the bad guy? It looks like Sagi's in quite a pinch. Oh, she just threw her tiara at them and, you know, they fucking evaporated. And, you know, that's the episode. Which, if you think about it like that, yeah, it's kind of lame. I wish Sailor Moon had a little bit more diversity in that sense, but really it's about the slice of life character interactions that makes the show memorable.
Yeah.
And fun.
Interestingly, like he said something that I kind of have been hinting at for a while. Like I haven't really talked about it on a podcast or whatever, but he was like, I don't think if this came out today, people would consider it a magical girl anime, or at least it'd be like debated over whether or not it was not.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'm kind of like in the same mind, except I kind of was thinking that in regards to like Sally.
The thing with that is,
because like
shows like this aren't even really made nowadays.
Well, you get like,
so I don't know how people would respond to it.
I don't know, like Witch Watch and Once Upon a Witch's Death are not like far off. Like they're not.
I haven't seen either of those.
Once Upon a Witch, like I was gonna say they're not really comedic, but they're both comedies. But yeah, like they're both about witches. They don't call them magical girls. They have like a goal or whatever. They use their powers for like just random shit. There's really functionally no difference in something like that and Sally the Witch. But yeah, Sally the Witch is like considered like the like a pivotal magical girl work. And then like the stuff that's basically just like Sally the Witch that comes out later is not considered magical work. That's
what we call the Great Replacement movie. All right, I've been listening to some podcasts talking about that, and it's real, dog. All right, it's actually happening. They are replacing magical girl anime as we speak.
Listen, I know there are a lot of AI like
do you
Tucker
know
Carlson
who
podcasts.
Is?
Yes.
What?
I know there are a lot of Tucker Carlson AI podcasts being put in the anime topic, but they're not anime podcasts. You need to stop listening to them. They're not talking about anime, but they're talking about the Great Replacement.
They're not talking about anime. They're fucking in the animation category for some reason.
Anyway, I think what it comes down to is that Himitsu no Akko-chan and Love, all these earlier shows are part of this specific lineage that then inspired the magical girl genre with stuff like the Pierrot line of shows, which are much more like in form of what we view as magical girls today.
Yeah, it's like more of a brand name, if anything, because Toei also includes like Cutie Honey on that list, and I do not consider Cutie Honey at all to be a magical girl show, like in the slightest, because like she's an android, and then you can make the, you know, distinction of like, well, how much, you know, what's the line between magical powers and like mechanical powers, or, you know, whatever.
Well, then you start debating.
But I think a lot of it, honestly, I think a lot of it is also just like people haven't seen Sally, but they see that Sally is like the first magical girl show, so they just accept it.
Yeah, Sally's more of like a slapstick comedy that uses magic as like a vessel for more slapstick comedy, at least from what I've seen of it, which is very not like typical magical girl shows that you get today.
Yeah, Akko is a little bit more in line with what you would kind of expect from a magical girl show, like solving like a people's problems. Like like a Doremi kind of.
Where there's like an episodic issue and then
more community.
The girl uses her magic.
I mean, even like Sally the Witch
problem, and then by the end, she finds out that, oh, I don't need magic to solve these problems. Then she loses her magic, yada yada yada. I don't know if that's really an aspect present in Maotsukai Sally. I consider that pretty
when we
core and
get around to working on it.
The magical girl genre.
Yeah, that's more like that's a very common theme in magical girl shows, where it's like, you don't need magic. You're cool just the way you are.
That's how all of them end.
What was the match? I mean, Meibashi Witches actually is like an interesting response to that, because the way it ends is like they have that same moral, I think, basically in episode 11, and in episode 12, like they kind of come back. They're like, actually, you know what? Magical powers would be kind of cool and useful. They go through the whole like, we don't need them. we can do it all ourselves. And then like they come back and then they're like, oh, actually, I could use these magic powers to help my mom and not be tired magically. It's actually not so bad.
I'm fucking useless without magic after all.
I can actually just use... I don't need a prescription. I can just use magic to make my own Ritalin.
I don't need to worry about my diet. I can just cure my cancer.
I can just use magic to give myself Ozempic shots.
I don't need to bring my grandpa back to life with this. Come on, grandpa, get out of the pot.
That's a whole different kind of magical girl.
We need an anime about a bodybuilder that doesn't use like steroids, but instead just can use magic to replicate the same effect. It was like, that guy has to be cheating. He has to be fucking on like so many drugs.
That's just Popeye. Listen, you thought that spinach was fucking real? That's fucking magic shit, whatever the fuck that is.
Hey, don't you fucking disrespect spinach. Spinach is fucking delicious, dude.
Spinach is delicious, but it does not give you a fucking that physique as soon as you fucking eat out of the goddamn can.
Imagine Sally ate that spinach and just fucking beat the shit out of everybody.
That'd actually be a cool episode. I wonder if they there's no way they would reference Popeye and Sally the Witch. That was an invitation.
What anime do reference Popeye? And don't say One Piece.
One Piece?
Fucking kill you. I'm gonna fucking behead you just for that shit, alright?
One Piece Red?
What does?
Gold?
Oh, god fucking dick. Fuck you. Suck my fucking dick.
Surely there's gonna be like
this is why I want to leave this pod. I was asking a serious fucking question.
We're having a hard-hitting discussion.
And that's been fucking ruined.
The fucking phones.
I'm done with this. No.
Psy, I hate to bring it to you. I just looked up anime that reference Popeye. The first is on r/anime. Does One Piece take inspiration from Popeye?
I'm glad I don't have a gun with me here in DC, honestly.
That's probably a good thing.
Probably a good thing, because I would be just blasting holes in whoever lives above in their fucking floor.
The creator of One Piece, Eiichiro Oda, has acknowledged being inspired by Popeye.
I feel like Oda probably grew up watching the Robin Williams Popeye movie as a kid and was just like, this is the greatest thing ever. Because Oda was born in like the mid-70s. He would have been like the right age for that.
Yeah. Honestly, that casting was kind of spot on.
It really was, especially fucking actress's name.
Cheryl Duvall?
Shelley Duvall playing Olive Oil. Same year as The Shining, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Just as good as The Shining, if not better.
Honestly, it's like, I was imagining like watching these movies back to back and being like, God damn. Popeye's a fucking schizo. Gil and I watched when we were in DC. It fucking rotted our brains.
Do you think that like the Popeye community has the same power scaling conversations as they do in like the Shonen Dragon Ball battle community?
Because Popeye's been around for so fucking long. They did that shit in like the 70s, and now it's like old hack now.
I found an actual reference for you.
Oh, thank you.
From Jetter Mars.
Oh.
There is a robot that has a little white hat, the big chin, and the kind of Popeye face with the pipe, and then he's got a little sailor thing on his stomach.
This looks like a
Mars
boss
is
from
one of the
Cuphead.
shows that we talked about potentially, well, at least being interested in subtitling, whether we actually do it or not.
See, there you go. There you go.
We'll get to it.
It all comes together. That's the whole reason we brought up Popeye, to bring it back to you talking about subtitling Jetter Mars. It was entirely intentional.
So we're actually dropping Akko in favor of Jetter Mars, but we're not subtitling it into English. We're subtitling it into Arabic, actually.
I was gonna fucking say Arabic. See, we're on the same wavelength. Okay, now listen, I can't speak Arabic at all, but I want to get in on this. All right, they have the cool squiggly lines.
Yeah, the text appears like on the right side instead of on the left side.
That's that always fucks. Cool. That always like fucks shit up whenever you try to like reply to someone on Discord.
Yeah, but speaking of that, Aocchi, we last time we worked, we we just did the thing where we go through every single year in anime to find like what are some important anime that have not been subtitled that would be cool to be subtitled.
Samurai Giants.
This is not this is not about what we're going to do next or anything like that. You know, maybe we'll do it, maybe we won't, but why don't you talk about some of the shows that we talked about?
Okay. We looked through, I think, all of the 60s and all the 70s. I think one of the major ones that hasn't been fully translated yet is Tiger Mask. I think maybe a few episodes were subbed, but that's one of the major ones. It's had a lot of influence on a bunch of stuff that has followed it. That you just can't watch it in English at all, which is an absolute shame.
Yeah.
Also, we talked about Star of the Giants, of course, you already mentioned. Another, like a bunch of other long baseball shit, like Dokaben, Samurai Giants, Yakyukyo no Uta.
Yes!
Probably never going to get subbed. Especially Dokaben. Dokaben, I think, is like 300 episodes. I'm sorry, no one's ever subbing that.
I feel like no one's going to sub Samurai Giants, because, like...
It's like 50 episodes, isn't it?
It's only 50 episodes, but people also... Every time, like, I mention it, the few people that have seen it are like, oh, I don't like it.
Maybe like Discotheque will pick it up or something, I don't know.
I know fucking Shapes is a hater of Samurai Giants for whatever reason. I don't know what he dislikes about it, but it's just one of those shows that anytime like it like exists in his like stratosphere, he has to be like, I fucking hate Samurai Giants.
I mean, it might be bad. I don't really care. It's got so many fucking people on the staff. I'm like, I just want to watch this just by the sheer number of people on the staff.
Yeah.
Literally everyone
it
is
would
here.
be interesting for that. But then, like, okay, well, you have to work on a 50-episode show. And if you work on this 50-episode show, you know, Yakyukyo no Uta is 25 episodes, but they're, like, double length episodes.
Minutes.
So it's basically the same length. Would you rather have Yakyukyo no Uta or Samurai Giants?
Samurai Giants? Oh.
Is basically what that boils down to.
Why not both?
Another one we were looking at. No.
No.
Hayden, you expressed interest in that Rintaro show. What was it?
Come. Yeah.
Come.
It's like Come. I forget the full title. It's like something Okami Come, but it's a
Wanpaku
TV on
Okami Come.
Yeah. One Paku Okami Come.
Yeah, Wanpaku Graffiti Splatterhouse.
Rintaro directed in the mid-70s. It has Yas character designs. Who he did like the Gundam character designs, a bunch of other important stuff.
Yeah.
So it has some important staff attached to it. It seemed all right from what we skimmed through. Not like
the art style is
masterpiece
really cool.
The art style is good, but it wasn't really like it didn't really feel like Rintaro to me because a lot of the stuff is very distinct. I feel like a lot of Rintaro's 70s work, like Come and what's the other one? Oshinoko, Chobin.
Oshinoko.
Yeah. A lot of Rintaro's 70 TV work, I think, is kind of mediocre. But Hayden had interest in Come, so we might do that one. I think it's only like 2 core.
Yeah, that's a shorter one. I want to do some shorter ones after Akko. Like, Sally will be the next, like, really big one. But I do want to do... Well, Mako's, like, 44 episodes, so it's a little bit longer, but it's not too bad. Arashi, Game Center 26. Arashi, that's 26 something. I have a notepad, actually, of stuff that I would like to work on. What do I...
We're also working on another show that I'm not going to announce, but it's quite shorter.
That is true. We're doing a surprise release in October.
Oh, shit.
And that'll be a full show.
I've also been working on...
The Halloween spooky show?
Could be not.
Could be.
It's a Halloween spooky show.
Let's go.
I can reveal that much.
Just in time for October.
I've also been working on the translation for the first 5 episodes of a show called Azumi Mamma Mia, which I recently saved from being lost media from the dirty hands of ARR. It was lost, like it even has a page on Lost Media Wiki because the episodes have the first 5 episodes and the rest of the show have been lost since like I think like 2016 or 2019 or something. But ARR had the first 5 episodes in possession, and they were doing this thing like if you pay them $10, they will reseed the show. So I subbed to ARR's Patreon, got Azumi Mamma Mia, and then I canceled my Patreon subscription before it could go through. So I scammed those dirty Russian bastards out of this anime, basically. They ended up sending me an email basically saying that they're going to come kill me.
Did they fucking really?
Yes, he said, remember, I am Russian soldier and I can find you.
That's so funny. No, you're gonna go die.
What the fuck did you say about me, you little bitch? Shut up, you know?
yeah, fucking Navy SEAL copy pasta.
But yeah, Azumi Mamma Mia is actually a very important show. Not many people know of it, but it was like Toei was a very early adopter of digital animation when it came to TV anime. Kind of like now how they're an early adopter of AI, which I'm a lot less in favor of. But yeah, they were an early adopter of digital animation, and this was, I'm pretty sure, their first fully digitally animated show from the beginning. Like, I think their first was technically like Gegege no Kitaro, but they switched halfway through. But yeah,
the first one was actually Crayon Kingdom. That was like full length because Azumi Mamma Mia is like short episodes.
5-minute episodes. Yeah. But it was directed by one of Toei's most prominent directors, Yukio Kaizawa, who directed like Jigoku Sensei Nube, second season of Maple Town, Kirakira Precure a la Mode. He's a pretty important director at Toei too. So I wanted to get the show some subtitles, so maybe one person would care about it at least. I don't think anybody's realized that the show's not Lost Media anymore, because I'm pretty sure they haven't updated the Lost Media wiki to say that it's been found.
Someone go do that.
Yeah, someone go update the Lost Media wiki now. Or maybe wait till I post the subs.
Mods.
Yeah, I was going to say, like,
so that people credit me for it.
Exactly.
I mean, technically it is my fault that it's out there now, because I scammed someone, but it was for a good cause.
It was for a good cause.
Let's ARR.
Go fuck themselves. Yeah.
Yeah, we
ARR has ruined so many people's experiences with certain anime. If you ever watched, like, Surikichi Sanpei, you had to watch ARR subs, and they're fucking garbage.
Yeah.
What, you don't like watching... Was it Babel the Second that John watched, and they just dropped the hard N-word?
Oh my
yeah.
Yeah, that happened.
And ARR? I thought they were machine translations.
I don't know if machine translation would get the hard N-word.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I thought that's not that. Like, I know they're Russian.
And the name of that machine is Grok.
I know it's like, I know ARR is like, they translate from Japanese to Russian and then Russian to English. But I thought it was like machine translation. Like, I didn't. Why are they going through and like adding the hard R?
I think they're doing like evil localization.
ARR charges people for like basically ad space in their shows. Like, if you pay them, they'll put like whatever you want them to say in their subtitles. Yeah. So I don't know, maybe somebody paid them to put the N-word in the Babel subtitles or something for some reason. Usually it's just like Russian propaganda.
Yeah.
That's pretty novel. I don't know. Pay some subgroup to add the N-word.
Yeah, but you know, Crunchyroll is the real problem.
Absolutely.
If we do ever sub Maho no Mako-chan, we might have to use the N-word. Because there is an episode where a slur is used against a black person. Like, it's a very derogatory word against black people. And I don't know if there's any other option besides to just put the N-word in our subs.
Yeah,
it's going to be really awkward.
They say. I want to learn a new slur.
It's going to be really awkward getting to that episode. Because what I was thinking, like, do I just talk to like my black friends and take their opinion from it? Like, what word should I use? Should I just use the N-word?
Yeah, could do.
Do what you do.
No. Here's what you do. Here's what you do. You leave the word untranslated and then do a translator's note that just this means boo.
That would make for a really good screen cap. I might steal your idea for that.
That one would go crazy on Twitter. People be like, "Why'd you fucking put a TL? Just put it in the subtitles." Fucking what? It's like, now you want TL? Don't want TL notes?
Why did you censor it? Why didn't you just put it like raw?
What did you say that day?
Bro? No balls.
Why did you say that?
See,
day?
that's an example where they would want me to just put the actual word like in the subtitle instead of using a translator node. So for like gymnastics bar, they want a translator node, but for the N word, they want to see that.
If it was me, well, the thing is, the word in Japanese doesn't have obviously the same history that the N word does. Doesn't have the exact same nuances, but also I wouldn't want to like censor it and replace it with something very tame. That would be like, I don't know, rewriting To Kill a Mockingbird, but censoring the N word. You're losing the impact. Like that episode of Akko-chan is a very progressive episode. It's not used in like
it's used by like the villain of the episode or something.
Not a villain. I think it's more like someone working at a shop, like assuming he's stealing or like doing something. Basically, like goes like, "Hey, what is that blank doing?" But yeah, her actions are not perceived as like right, obviously. So I don't know if you want to maintain like the intended impact of the scene. I think it would be better to go with the most accurate English language word.
It's something where I want to get a lot of different opinions, because I feel like if I just made the opinion like as a white person, it's my project. I can do whatever I want, but I don't know. I don't feel very comfortable making that decision all on my own. Yeah, so I do want to get some opinions at least.
You don't even want swearing in Akko-chan. So that's a way step above. Like if I write like "damn it" in the Akko subs, Hayden will go back and change that.
I've kept in a few "damn it's." I think "damn it" is like, for some context, it's fine. But
what about when from Fred, the classic YouTube?
Oh my gamut, it's Weezer.
Yeah,
I should put that as a line.